Welcome to Oak Tree Stories, timeless tales rooted in India. Here you'll find gentle, thoughtful tales drawn from our rich storytelling traditions, from ancient fables and folklore to heartwarming slices of modern Indian life. Each story is carefully chosen and lovingly crafted to be age appropriate and calming, with just a touch of wonder. So come, get cozy, and let the story begin. Hi, I'm Shalini, your storyteller. Before we begin today's story, it's time for this week's special artist shout out. This week's artwork comes from Sharvi S. Mukherjee. Sharvi says she has always loved listening to stories, both at school and at home. And sometimes she even thinks of herself as a storyteller too. And I have to say, Sharvi, I think you already are one. Her artwork is inspired by one of her favorite Oak Tree Stories story, The Clever Peasant and the Zamindar. She has drawn the peasant and his wife standing next to each other. I love the details she has woven into this drawing. The peasant's hat and his wife's veil are such beautiful additions. Thank you, Sharvi, for sharing your drawing with us. We loved seeing your version of the story come to life. If you would like to see Sharvi's beautiful drawing, you can visit our social media pages at Oak Tree Stories, where it is proudly displayed for everyone to view. And now, before we begin, a quick little note for all the grown-ups listening. We now create personalized audio stories, just like the ones you hear here, made especially for your child, where they become the main character, set in a world that feels familiar, magical, and entirely their own. If you'd like to gift a story like that to someone you love, you can visit us at www.oaktreebooks.in/Oak Tree Stories. And now, today's story. Today's story comes from a very old collection known as the Jataka Tales. These are stories from the Buddhist tradition, told over many hundreds of years. They are stories about the many lives of the Buddha, often in the form of animals, kings, and ordinary people. Stories that explore kindness, choices, and the way even a single act can change the world around us. So find a comfortable place, take a slow breath, and let's begin. Long ago, near the ancient city of Banaras, there was a vast forest. A forest filled with tall trees, little streams, and long stretches of golden light. In that forest lived a remarkable deer. From the moment he was born, he was unlike any other. His coat shone like early morning sunlight. His eyes were bright and clear. His antlers curved like silver branches. And as he grew, hundreds of deer gathered around him. They moved with him, trusted him, followed him, and he became known as the Banyan deer. Not far away, another herd lived under a different leader. He too was strong and golden. He too was admired, and he was known as the branch deer. Now, the king of Banaras, he loved to hunt. Again and again he rode into the forests with his men. Villagers were called away from their fields to help him. Work was left unfinished. Harvest suffered. And slowly the people grew weary. So one day they made a plan. They built a great deer park near the city. They filled it with grass and trees, dug ponds for water, and when it was ready, they drove the deer into it, both herds, banyan deers and branch deers. And the gate was shut behind them. From then on, the king no longer needed to hunt in the wild. Each day he would come to the park, and each day one deer would die. As the king walked through the deer park for the first time, his eyes fell upon two deer unlike any others. Their coats shone like gold in the sunlight. Their antlers rose high and graceful. He stopped and watched them for a long moment. These two, he said at last, are not to be harmed. From that day on, the banyan deer and the branch deer were spared. No arrow was to be aimed at them. No hand was to touch them. They could walk freely through the park, safe while the others were not. At first, the deer ran in panic. They collided with one another. Some were wounded. Some collapsed from fear. Even those who escaped were not free from suffering. One evening, the banyan deer called for a gathering. Both herds came together. The air was still. This cannot continue, he said. If one must die each day, then let it be one who goes willingly. The branch deer listened. And how will we decide? He asked. One from your herd, said banyan deer, and one from mine, in turn. There was silence. Then, slowly, branch deer nodded. And so it began. Each day, one deer walked slowly to the killing place. The running stopped, the panic faded, and in its place, there was a long, still waiting. Days passed. Then one morning, the turn fell to a young doe. She stepped forward, but she did not walk on. Instead, she turned to branch deer. My lord, she said softly, I am carrying a fawn. If I go today, my little one will never see the forest. Let me return after it is born. Branch deer did not hesitate. The turn cannot change, he said. The rule is the rule. The doe lowered her head. Then slowly she turned and walked to the banyan deer. My lord, she said, I have nowhere else to go. The banyan deer listened. He did not interrupt. When she finished, he stood very still. Then he said, You will not go today. The doe looked up. But it is my turn, she said. The banyan deer nodded. Yes, and I will go in your place. That morning, a single deer lay down at the killing ground. But it was not the doe. It was the banyan deer. When the royal cook arrived, he stopped in surprise. He knew this deer, one of the two the king had ordered to be spared. He turned and hurried back. Soon the king himself came. He stood before the banyan deer. Did I not grant you safety? He asked. Why are you here? The banyan deer lifted his head. A doe was chosen today, he said. She carries a life within her. I could not let them both die. The king stood silent. Something in him shifted. I have hunted many years, he said slowly. But I have never seen such a thing. He lowered his voice. Rise, he said. From this day on, you shall not be harmed, and neither shall the doe nor her fawn. The banyan deer did not rise. And what of the others? He asked gently. The deer in this park? The king paused. Then he said, They too are safe. And those beyond the park? Asked the banyan deer. Yes, said the king, all the deer in my kingdom. Still, the banyan deer did not move. And the other animals? He asked. The ones who walk on 4 legs? The king took a breath. They too are safe. And the birds? Asked the banyan deer. They too, replied the king. And the fish who live in the water? The king looked across the land. Then he said softly, Yes, all of them. Only then did the banyan deer rise. And from that day on, no animal in that land was hunted again. The forest grew calm. Life returned. And the wind moved once more through the trees, soft and undisturbed. And that was the story of the banyan deer, a story from the Jataka tales, a story about choice and how one act of compassion can travel further than we imagine. If you enjoyed listening today, you can follow Oak Tree Stories on Instagram and Facebook at Oak Tree Stories, where we share more stories and little glimpses from our storytelling world. This story was brought to you by Shalini, Shannon, and Sushma at Oak Tree Stories. And if you'd like to support what we do, you can also make a small donation through our website. Every bit of support helps us keep these stories going and bring more of them to you. And of course, if you'd like a story made just for your child, a story where they are the hero or the heroine, set in a world that feels magical and personal, you can visit us at www.oaktreebooks.in/Oak Tree Stories. Until next time, keep listening, keep wondering, and keep noticing the small, kind choices all around you.